Hi. Okay. So I need to explain a little bit more about what I mean about clubs being dead because I knew this was going to happen. I knew that someone was going to bring up Bar Sinister or that the scene is dead, and I knew someone was going to bring up Bar Sinister and by extension Wednesday's party and by extension maybe a couple others. So let's break this down a little bit. Bar Sinister is an institution. Okay, Bar Sinister has been around for over 25 years. I've been there since the beginning of Bar Sinister when it opened. I know the owner. She and I go way back, Mr. Shulabel. And she has built an institution. Just the story of how the club came together within itself is something that would curl your toes and make you go, and you would never believe it. But yeah, it's drama. There are two types of people that talk about Bar Sinister as part of the Goth industrial scene here in Los Angeles. There are the lifers, those who have been here forever and know, the locals, basically, like we know about it. And then there are the outsiders, right? Your weekend warriors. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. We expect Bar Sinister to be exactly what it is. We expect Bar Sinister to give you the Disneyland experience of what Goth is, if that helps. Okay? We don't expect for you to see the underground when you go to Bar Sinister. You're going to get the full ride, okay? You're going to get the outside patio where where you've got your death rockers and your people that just are really cool and, have their outfits and everything. They're smoking out on the patio and the band's going to perform eventually, right? Bars usually closed. That's what you got. You got the fountain. That's where your social circles are. Okay. Then you've got inside where you've got your dance floor, your DJs, your go-go dancers, and the bar. The little meat market area. You've got the one-way the tiny hallway bathroom. You've got the booth where you can take your pictures and all of the things. Like this is Disneyland for your gods. Upstairs in the salon was, your fake BDSM show. I'm sorry, not fake. Your live BDSM shows that will be upstairs in the parlor, and you'll get every kind of goth there, and you'll get the weekend warriors and the looky-loos that are just there to party for the weekend. There is no good or bad to Bar Sinister. Bar Sinister is an institution. Bar Sinister is the helter-skelter of its time. Bar Sinister is the fan club of its time. Bar Sinister is the helter-skelter of its time. Bar Sinister is the control factor. And, Bar Sinister is an institution, so we don't fuck with Bar Sinister. But we don't look at it as your beginner level goth course, your mall goth course, your Victoria, like any kind of goth you want to see there, you can see there. That is where when you're visiting LA, we're going to take you there at least once so you can say that you went and have your experience and enjoy the music, and they're going to play the DJs are going to sprinkle in their own stuff because that's what DJs do, but they're also going to give you your carbon copied playlist of things that are standard to hear that you would want to hear in a goth club, and which brings me to the next point. I hate to even say this one too, but I really think cybergoth is what killed the goth scene. Cybergoth and industrial music. Like, I really think that is what became the bane of our existence. As soon as my friend Natasha walked into the club looking like a blacked out version of the Predator, and don't get your goggles in a twist, cybergoths, please. Just in your gas masks, like, keep your respirators tight. Like, I'm going to need you to calm your fucking nerves about this because, yeah, y'all were the end of good industrial music when it started to sound like video game music. Yeah, that over and over again. And that music is created for video games so that you can be mindless and numb and go through that video game kicking ass and come on. There's more beats and you don't have you're not connecting with the beats. There's just it's anyway. I'm rambling and that's it, but that is why we don't fuck with Bar Sinister. Like, Bar Sinister is an institution and it is there for what exactly it is, and it will be there until the building burns down. Not as long as, but they've become institutions as well, and but the difference is that you never really hear shit about like the deep nastiness of what's going on behind closed doors and are people being highly sexually assaulted. Even the security guards there, especially the last time I was at Wednesdays, the security guards are even much nicer than they used to be. And I used to have a problem with the security guards there, but they're even nice. So it's like, as a bar and as a club, yeah, it's going to remain an institution. There's nothing that they need to change. That's one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That is one. So, I'll break some others down soon, but this is where we're at. Y'all, thanks so much for watching to the end. I know that little tidbit at the bottom is weird, but I have been trying to edit this video for 3 days now. I've been having problems. My phone has been so slow. The edits have been just ridiculous. And I thought maybe something was off. And I get a call from a friend of mine, and we start talking about this video, and they suggested I talk to someone else. And lo and behold, I'm fucking wrong. I'm wrong. There's some shady, underhanded shit going down over there. And I'm going to dig a little deeper and find out more about it. It's not necessarily the venue per se. It is what can be happening at the venue that maybe you need to look out for. So this is more about prevention and making sure that you're safe, as opposed to this venue is not a good place, whatever, to go for you. Know your environment.